Good morning everyone, Richard Wong here. It's a beautiful morning here in Auckland and I'm now at Cornwall Park. It's a very beautiful park here. If you visit Auckland, New Zealand, you definitely should have a stop here. And today in this video, I want to talk about vlogging and more specifically an accessory that is very important for vlogging, which is this little thing here. So this Gorillapod, I think if you are a vlogger or you're interested in doing vlogging, you will know this is pretty much an essential accessory that every vlogger would have, and there are many good reasons why you have this one. First, it helps you extend the camera a little bit when you're holding the camera, so your camera can stay a little bit further away from you when you are shooting, so your face wouldn't be like this that fill up the frame unless you use an ultra wide angle lens, which would distort the scene quite a bit. So yeah, that helps you extend the camera away from your body a little bit. And the second reason is if you're holding the camera with that Gorillapod like this, it does give you a little bit more stability, so the footage will be more stable because you don't want your viewer watching your video to go dizzy after just 30 seconds. And the third reason is that the Gorillapod was originally designed as a little tripod, a desktop tripod, so you can then rest your camera somewhere if you want to film yourself, because most of the time when you are filming vlogging, you're just by yourself, you don't have someone to help you hold the camera if you want to put it down and shoot a little bit away from the camera. Now, if you're wondering if I'm holding the Gorillapod, what am I using to shoot this vlog right now, right? So I don't have another Gorillapod, and what I'm using to shoot this video right now is a little gimbal, which is the Zhiyun Crane M2, and after using this gimbal for about 2 weeks or so now, I feel like this is actually a very good alternative to the Gorillapod because it offers very similar kind of functionality compared to a Gorillapod. Okay, first, the shape of the gimbal allows you to hold the camera just like Gorillapod, extend the camera a little bit away from your body, so you still get that extra distance that it can give you. Instead of using a Gorillapod, using a gimbal will give you the exact same benefit. And second, stabilize the footage. This is a gimbal, so this is what it's designed for. So if you watch the footage so far, I think you'll notice the footage is pretty smooth, even though I was walking around and holding the camera with one hand only. It definitely can give you very stable footage, a lot more stable than what a Gorillapod can offer you. And the third thing, if you want to use it as a little tripod, if you want to put the camera down, you definitely can do that. Okay, now let me put the camera down because the Crane M2, it has a little tripod stick here, and you can just put it down. And after you put it down, you can also adjust, a little bit too high. You can also adjust the angle easily. If you switch to the L lock mode, then you can easily adjust the angle of the camera. Compared to a normal Gorillapod, using a gimbal for vlogging, definitely there are a few extra advantages that it can give you. So I'm going to tell you what are they, but before that, let's go for a walk first.
Lo dejé todo por tener solo a esa mujer tan bobo. Me rompió el corazón y yo la dejé. Y yo me enamoré. Perdón por enamorarme. No lo quería hacer. Dios, esa mujer te rompió en partes. Perdón mi corazón, todo fue mi error. Perdón por enamorarme. No lo quería hacer. Dios, esa mujer te rompió en partes.
One problem that I quite often have when I'm shooting vlogging with the Gorillapod is that every time when I want to switch between the selfie view and the front view, so I have to swing this Gorillapod around, and when I do that, I either do it too fast, that causes a lot of You see the rolling shutter, or this just doesn't look so good, or I may even tilt the camera quite a bit. So with a gimbal like this Zhiyun Crane M2, then I wouldn't have this problem, because I can easily just triple tap the front trigger button, and then it will help me to rotate the camera 180 degrees around very smoothly. So that is a very handy feature. And another problem that I quite usually have when I'm shooting vlogging, or also when I'm shooting video review, is once I put my camera down somewhere that's sitting there, then it's the camera just sitting there and the camera angle does not move at all. That is a problem, because I don't have an assistant with me, and that means all my camera angle will be very static, very boring. That doesn't look nice at all. But with the gimbal, then I can remotely control the angle here from the stick here. I can go very fast, very crazy, or I can set up the gimbal so it will do some automatic panning when I'm shooting myself. So it just makes the footage look a lot more interesting compared to like right now, I don't move the camera at all. It just looks a lot more boring. So with the help of the gimbal, then you can add a little bit more camera movement without having an assistant to help you shoot the video. And you can also use the gimbal to shoot some time-lapse video with camera movement, so that allows you to create some nice B-roll footage for your vlog as well. Compared to just using a Gorillapod for vlogging, there are definitely a few downsides if you use a gimbal instead. First thing is, the Gorillapod is a lot cheaper. A Gorillapod may cost you $20, $30, $40, $50. While a gimbal, even though the Crane M2 is quite affordable, it is still a lot more expensive than any Gorillapod that you would normally use. And the second thing is that a gimbal requires battery to operate, so you have to remember to charge up your battery before you start shooting. And also the battery can only last that long, so as soon as the battery on the gimbal runs flat, then you cannot use it to help you shoot any video anymore. And also the battery on the Crane M2 is not replaceable, it's a built-in one, so you cannot like buy a few more extra batteries so that you can shoot very long time. Having said that, the Crane M2's battery life seems to be pretty good. Factory cam is got 7 hours, I think, 7-hour battery life, and from my real-world experience, it is pretty similar to that. The gimbal definitely can last me almost a full day of usage, even when I'm shooting a lot of footage. And another good thing with the gimbal is that it can also act as like a battery bank, so that you can use it to charge your camera if your camera supports USB charging, or charge your phone if you're using your smartphone as a camera for shooting. Of course, if you use the gimbal to charge your camera or phone, the battery on the gimbal itself will not last as long. But if you are just doing like half a day of shooting, that should be more than enough. Even if you are using the gimbal to charge your phone or camera at the same time, it should still last quite a while. So these are the reasons why I think using a gimbal like this Zhiyun Crane M2 is a very good alternative to the traditional vlogging to a Gorillapod. So what do you guys use for vlogging? Are you using a Gorillapod? Will you be interested in trying out a gimbal like this Zhiyun Crane M2 for vlogging? Or you think you just stick with the Gorillapod? Let me know in the comment below, and I'll see you in the next video.
Lo dejé todo por tener solo a esa mujer tan bobo. Me rompió el corazón y yo la dejé.